Da-da-da! What's my good cheer? Welcome, everybody. Let's give YouTube a couple minutes, get those notifications out. In the meantime, if you've never popped into one of my lives before, hi, I'm Cindy. I explore the inside and the outside. I should put time marks on my videos so I know where, right, the regular crew who come in to watch my lives, they can get through that 10 seconds. I try to get it done in 10 seconds, right? Knowing that I actually have 5 seconds to catch your attention, right? And it is just not a matter of catching your attention, but what a great way to, right, catch somebody's attention by shooting out a little bit of positive energy, a little bit of sunshine. And that's my intent at the very least. And whether I succeed in that or not, right? How you feel as you hang out with us, as you feel as you leave, as you feel as you go about your day, right? And I was going to say it's going to be much better, but also, right, at the same time, I have to understand we stir the pot here. It's important to stir the pot. We have to, like, it's like, what is it? When you shake something, you stir something and everything kind of settles to the bottom. We want to bring all that gook and all that stuff to the top so we can just take the strainer and right? And make everything as clear as we possibly can. As we possibly can. It's a lifetime process, right? But it's a process that's worthy of putting energy in. It's worthy of putting our time into. Okay, it's Friday. It's the last day that we're working on this word, integrity, that we picked on Monday. And all week we've been kind of touching on it. And I do believe it was Monday that we actually were looking at this word integrity in this aspect of building trust, right? And in doing that, we kind of touched a little bit, we kind of rubbed a little bit in adding that ingredient of values when we're building trust. And that's where I thought I would take it today. You can't just like mention something and then, right, then you have to wait till who knows when till we're inspired or something comes across our path, that topic comes across our path again, right? So I wanted to look at it in the way of our values, right? Integrity. And lots of us being highly sensitives and empathic, right? We're kind of jumbled up that way, aren't we? And it's because of that environment. It is that nurturing, right? That nurturing in our life and that guidance, that influence, that manipulation, that parentage, right? And it all rubs off on us, and we pick it up. We pick it up without even realizing it. We think it's ours. So sometimes we are a little bit confused as to ourselves, but if we're lucky, things come across our paths, and if we're paying attention, right, that could be that lifesaver in that moment, right? Remember, we're all in the same storm, but we're all in different boats, right? And if you're clinging to to the log out in the middle of the ocean, how amazing it would be to be dragged into a fishing boat. Better yet, a yacht, right? Okay, so when it comes to our values and attaching it to our integrity, right? Because that's what we want to put out to the world. That's what I want to put out to the world, something good from all of that. And it wasn't all bad, but it was such a mishmash. And when I say that we're a mishmash, that's where it comes from. It's because we pick up, and because we're looking to be included, we're looking to be loved, we're looking to enjoy life, we're looking to be happy, right? We're looking for all those positives, right? The things that we cling on to the most are those things that drop those emotions into ourselves. So, right, we got to do a little bit of value, a little bit of revaluation, right? Revaluation, right? Because that's what I'm doing here. This is what I've been doing online for, I must say, knowingly, I would have to say a half a dozen years now. And in taking those lessons, I've come to realize that, oh my goodness, it's a miracle that I got here, that I'm actually able to sit here and have these kind of conversations. Could have been at any point along the way a different story, just by making a different choice, right? Just by taking influence, right? Or manipulation or desperation, right? Or a lie for a truth, right? And sometimes in that desperation, right, they're not telling a lie, but they're not telling a truth either, right? That dance. And I know that dance because, being somebody who was taught never to ask, right? To figure it out, to adapt and conquer, find a way, pull up your pants, brush off your knees. We learn to be a little bit self-sufficient in a lot of things. So I have to draw it back because I'm losing myself here, right? Accountability. I'm looking at here, and I'm looking at when we're setting our values, right? We have to set accountability to ourselves. And it's difficult when we've rubbed shoulders, right? When we've commingled, when we've opened our hearts to different ideas and different perspectives, and we've become unique in ourselves, right? But we have to have values, because in a world, we need to be able to flow properly with others. And naturally, we do that, being highly sensitives and being empaths, but we do it to an extreme, right? Sacrificing ourselves, right? We pick that up along the way, and I'm going to plant that seed, right? I'm going to plant that seed. We pick that up. We pick that baton up, and we sacrificed ourselves, right? And that comes from the influence, the manipulation, right? The desperation, the confusion, right? The wanting to be boss, right? But we're just as guilty, because, again, by that need, that codependency, that wanting to be loved, wanting to be included, wanting to have fun, wanting to enjoy our lives, we'll go along with that, right? Throw something across the table, right? Just like a dog, I'll lap that all up, and, right, I'll be by your side. And those were lessons that I had, big, huge, ongoing, failing, picking myself up, doing again. Those are lessons, and I'm not even sure that I've got them down packed, right? But building integrity, this is something in our values that it relies on, that we can learn to build some values. And this is one quick lesson before, right, I run off to work. And when I'm talking about values, when you don't even know where to start, I'm going to tell you where to start. Who do you admire, right? Who do you admire? Who do you look at and say, I would like to be that in this moment, right? Because that's where you start. That's where you start, because you're unique. You're going to have your own ingredients to bring to the table, but that's where you start. You need to make a little list, make a little bit of list, right? And then look at those people, right? It could be anybody. It could be somebody in your community, somebody in your family. It could be political, religious, right? It could be peacekeepers. It could be somebody that you just saw on TikTok, whatever it is, something that inspires you and you thought, oh, wow, that's a quality I would like to have. And don't look for different qualities, look for the people, because if they've got one quality, they've got more. And that's the truth. So if you could make that list, and in building values, right, that will help you in building your integrity, right, which will build trust that, right, that people, right, might listen to you, might want to hang out with you, might take direction, right, right, at work. I built that trust, but that's that integrity that I built up, right? It just wasn't given to me, because if it was just given to me, that would be, well, that would be just a gift from somebody else, just saying, listen to that, even though that person doesn't have the experience. Or it would just be in that narcissistic attitude where, right, do as I say and not necessarily what I do, right? So we have to look for people, make that little list, and then look at the qualities as to why you picked that person, right? Now you've got something to think about, something to digest, and don't just right off the hop. But if you want to get started on those things right off the hop, because that's the thing. You get started, and then those obstacles, those failures, those magical moments, those conversations will come across your path, and that's just the start to the next lesson. Okay, you guys, we'll see you on Monday. I'm off to work. Have a great day.